Here we go. Oh,
We're not worthy.
oh, not worthy. See, he gets it.
He does.
He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done
Got it.
who should get into gaming and why, and who shouldn't. We've done how to conduct yourself in the one-shot and long game. We've done the couples games for Valentine's Day. We've got stories about games gone awry and how it happened. And
Let's do that one.
yeah, let's do that one. I can dig that one. And I think that'll probably be what we've got for tonight. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We started a little bit late, but that's because, OBS is...
Yeah.
Okay. Stories about games gone awry. And how it happened. I want bourbon.
This is how it goes awry. 99% of the time. And from my experience. How games go to go to awry
Go to Rad.
is when your storyteller goes to awry.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had in a werewolf game I was involved in. We changed it.
I know all of these guys, too.
Yeah. So we started calling it when you get drunk is going to Ithaca.
Yeah.
And that's because one of the first couple of games, New York, and we were like a young werewolf pack, and we were traveling to Ithaca, New York, and we hadn't put any rules in yet at this point, so we were all drinking bourbon, and this is a group that can put away some bourbon. And the storyteller
I was not there. This
and
is
the
not
names,
me.
I won't say names to protect the innocent, although none of us were too innocent. Was drinking bourbon, and he got so drunk that he kept saying okay, now you get to Ithaca, and then we'd go off in this 30-minute tangent, and we'd do stuff. Okay, so you're in Ithaca. Yeah, okay, cool, yeah, so we're in Ithaca, and then we do something 30 minutes later. All right, so you get to Ithaca, and have 4 or 5 times. We're okay, man.
Maybe
Can't
we
do
should...
bourbon anymore on game nights. We're switching to beer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It
I
was
can go
an
to hell.
Ithaca loop.
I was playing in a 3-5 game, Curse of Strahd. It was actually just Ravenloft at the time. And again, we will not mention names, but the DM. So I get there late because that's how I roll. And the DM had drank quite a bit and had potentially smoked some of the reefer. And, whoo, doggy.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're sitting there. It's me, a couple guys, and then the DM, and he's explaining, from the module, he explains the same paragraph for about 2.5 hours. It was pronounced. So we get up the stairs. There's this massive staircase, right? And it's got tons of staircases that keeps on going up and up and up. Okay, what do? I go up the staircase. All right, you see this huge bat creature that attacks you. All right, we're fighting. What are the rest of you doing? All right, I run past the bat creature. Cool. Okay, you guys, what are you doing? We're fighting the bat creature. Oh. Okay, well, you see a stairway. And he reads it. And we're all right. He's like, okay, what do you do? Well, I go in the throne room because I'm up the stairs, right? Oh, yeah. You see the throne, he reads it. Okay, you guys, you get to a stairway. And he reads it. And we're like, dude, what about the bat? He's like, what? Did you read the module? No. We're in rounds, dude. What do you mean? He's like, oh yeah, the bat's there. I thought you killed it. No. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Okay. You see a stair, and for real, reads it. And finally, I was like, all right, man, I'm pretty sure we're good. He's like, oh yeah, this is a good session. I'm like, no. No.
Oh.
That's awesome.
What happened? Talked to him later. He's like, all that happened? Had no idea. because he was just too much too fast.
Yeah.
I did it.
Happens. It happens to
I
the rest
did
of
it.
us.
It's
What-
happened to you too. Yeah.
One of my buddies rolled into town. This was like a couple years ago when I just got back into town, and he got back from the Philippines, so he'd been living there for several years, and I was like, man, I would really like us all to get back together. Old school. We haven't gamed for like 5-6 years, and I'm gonna run an old school gaming. Second ed, so Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. One shot. It's gonna be crazy. So I wrote this campaign out, real short. Everybody's made their character. It's gonna be awesome. Level 1, second ed, the bomb in my opinion. And
Second it's bomb.
I recorded it. Like I have an audio. This has been immortalized in the digital. It's a downward spiral. It's so, like, I just could not stop laughing into hell for days until finally they're just like, all right, so what do we do? And I was like, you just jump off the ship and you fucking kill the demon. You just kill that dude. You kill it. You fucking kill it. Should I roll? No, you don't roll. Hey, give me another bourbon. It was on.
Yeah. Yeah.
On. And drinking will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. I think other than booze, I think what derails games the most is just drama, just interpersonal drama. Especially in like a LARP setting. Obviously I think we're talking about tabletops more here, but LARPs, man, it can get dramatic very quickly, and things can spiral.
Live action role play. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, like, the danger about a LARP is this, and I think you'd mentioned this about, like, online gaming. Because in online gaming, you don't actually see these people. And a lot of times you don't know their names. You don't actually know the person. You only know their character. And that happens in LARPs. And if you're playing a vampire LARP, you're playing a dick. Because vampires
Yes.
are dicks. That's what that's it. They're assholes. And they're constantly trying to connive and be dicks. So
Yeah.
you have to remember.
Everybody's a Ventru at heart.
Huh?
Everybody's a Ventru at heart.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can talk if you had I know you mentioned stuff about knowing people as their character but not.
In terms of the video game world?
Yeah.
Yeah. No one likes a Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, he's great for YouTube, but oh god. And they were on Mythic too. Last boss, hours of gameplay. And you don't start back at that same place. No, you start at the beginning. You've got to run your happy ass all the way back through that.
It's real life, baby.
Oh, it was awful. My point is,
Woo!
yeah.
She showed it to me. I was like, oh my god.
God. Yeah, it's painful to watch as somebody who's been through that dungeon. It really is. That being said, it just, especially in my realm of expertise is World of Warcraft. So if you're going into a dungeon, it takes hours. It's a potentially as long as a session of D&D, depending upon, if you're running through the whole dungeon, if you're getting all the bosses, if you're trying to get a specific achievement. These things people research the dungeons. Like that's a trash mob, this is a trap, we need to stand here, we need to get this enchantment to be able to deal with this. It is sometimes days in the making to get through a dungeon, especially on like heroic or mythic.
They take off work for this.
I don't.
That's
I mean, you
crazy.
plan.
People do.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's planned.
Yeah.
And so if one asshole decides to not play by the rules, or especially if it's a pickup dungeon, if you're just looking for a group and you're added on, you never know those group dynamics until you're fighting the people, and it can go south so quick. And then you can just leave the dungeon, leaving everybody there to fight the thing you just pushed out on. And it can get a little painful potentially, and all that is just the wrong group of people. And it sucks.
That's the best thing I think about, like, with gaming and tabletop gaming, is that you're all in a room together.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been in plenty of games where, like, there were people that I was gaming with that I didn't like, and I love their characters.
Yeah.
And, like, I still think fondly about their characters, but I don't like them as people. But I really enjoy their characters. That's just kind of an interesting kind of reverse of that. So you're like, oh, I'm going to go hang out with these people. Like, maybe one of them is not like a person I normally just, like, go hang out with. I wouldn't go, like, grab dinner with them or something. But, like, in that setting, that was cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
I know a couple different people like that. Because their actual personalities are one way, and their character is a different way. So when in the LARP, I rolled in. I was away for a while, and I came back and started playing the LARP. And I really wanted to play a Ventru, which the Ventru are the ones that can dominate your mind with like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I played a dude named Theodore Gold.
Yeah. So actually, that's ironically real quick. So that's actually who I was talking about.
I know.
I love Ted Gold. I didn't like this dude. All right, but Ted Gold was the shit.
Ted Gold's awesome. This guy,
God,
jeez,
terrible.
Worst, the worst. So I roll in, I play this guy, and I remember talking to the STs afterwards, who were upstanding people who could deal with conflict and always told the truth. And I told them, I was like, I kind of get the feeling that the other people in the LARP, like, actually don't like me. Like, truly, when I walk in the room, they're like, get that guy. Like, that guy. Like,
that's how it was,
me.
For sure.
Yeah, and what I was told was, well, I mean, you're a dick to them. And I was like, but only in game. Like, in game I am, because we're opponents. In the game.
In a LARP, yeah. There are opponents. Absolutely.
And at the end of the game, I made efforts afterwards to, like, adopt a different persona and being like, hey guys, can we talk afterwards? Like, we'll have some soda and, like, hot dogs or something, and you guys know I'm not that guy, right? Like, that guy's a bad guy. I'm not him. And a few of them actually, I wouldn't say we became friends, but there was a respect that was had because of that, because it's really hard to remember these are not actually, like, they're playing characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why the Holiday Inn LARP, or any really good LARP has that break. Like, when the game's over, we're going to go out and grab dinner somewhere. We're going to go to Waffle House. We're going to go
super important.
And, like, you get to kind of hang out.
And you don't have
that. Yeah, it is hard.
You revel in the fact that, oh, your character totally screwed mine over, but it was awesome how you did it. That kind of stuff. You really need to do it and remember it.
Absolutely. No, there was that the first LARP I was in at the Holiday Inn LARP, and again, I know we're talking about LARPs a lot, but I got totally screwed, but, like, in a good way. Like, the players, like, were super smart about the way they totally just got me to just totally, like, screw myself, essentially.
Yeah.
And, like, with their connivingness, right? And it wasn't like I wasn't mad about it. I was impressed, and it was, like, really cool. And I was, and so, like, going forward, I was like, okay, these guys are playing on a whole different level than I'm playing on. It's
right.
Like, to up my game. Not they're a dick, but, like, they're really good. Like, that's how good I want to be,
And that's a mature player thought, though.
Yeah, it is. And then, you eventually realize that 20% of the players are that way. And the other 80s are reprobates.
It also, like, if you make revenge characters, you suck.
Yeah, dude.
Don't play games.
Come on. God, as an ST, I will punish. I allow revenge characters. I allow it. Just because they go down so badly. Like, I'm one-shotted. There's this one guy. So, there's a bunch of new people. I was not STing this. But the guy made, from what I remember in the story, the guy made a revenge character. It's the party in a big dungeon crawl, whatever. And they're going from one part of the dungeon outside over like this field to the next part of the dungeon. And it's a whole mass of people, like 10, 11 players in this game.
Oh, wow.
So they're all coming up and they're all, like super D&D badasses, and the one dude is a revenge character. They get up to the crest of the hill, and the DM, which was, anyway, I won't say names. This is an infamous thing, but it's awesome, and I give it the thumbs up. The DM says, okay, guys, roll listen, because this is back in 3.5, so you had a listen skill. Roll listen. So 5th would be perception. So it's like, clack-a-clack, everybody rolls, everyone's rolling, 10 fucking 11 people rolling dice. I got a 13, I got a 20, whatever. He says, okay. You hear this stampeding of feet. Like, clack, 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 coming closer. And they're like, where is it? We're looking around, like doing this shit and such. And the one guy, who's a dick, he's in the middle of the party. So, 10, 11 people on top of a hill in mass. This one guy. We look around, you don't see anything. But you hear it. Clack, 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 clack. What do you all do? I guess we turn around. He's like, okay, suddenly. This giant lizard. Like a riding lizard, okay? It's like the lizard that Obi-Wan Kenobi rides in episode 2 or whatever, okay? With like a lizard man with a spear, runs up, has ride-by attack, stabs the one guy in the center, and then runs off.
Yes.
That's it. He's like, okay, he crits. Because, he crits. Oh, 20. Okay, confirm, 20. In 3.5, you had to confirm your crits. 20. Yeah, okay, 20. How many hit points you have? 32. 70 hit points. And it was like, what? Where'd he go? You see him, he crawls into a crevice, he's gone. And so they left him there. They took his boots and his money and loose change, and that was it.
Good sense,
That motherfucker got killed like 5 or 6 times because he kept on coming back as an asshole. And like, it's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Infamous story. Cameron was playing in a very similar game under a very similar DM and played one of those races that's just annoying. I love Cameron. His character was really cool, but he was like, the kind of like time you're like looking through the book and you're kind of bored of the old races. So you're like, oh, maybe I can play like a troll or something. Which, it just never works. Anyway, he played one of the bird people. But the DM was like, okay, well, you can play the bird person. But he like looked up online like monster levels or something, which 3.5 tried to do at some point. And he's like, okay, well, you're only like 6th level, so you have wings, but they're vestigial wings. So you can't fly. So you're just this bulbous birdman that can't use its wings.
Bulbous Birdman.
Yeah.
That's a.
He had this sword.
That's a good band name.
Bulbous Birdman.
There you go.
Yes.
He's like, can I have like this awesome sword? It's like a +2 sword. Yeah, you can. I kid you not. Within 30 minutes of the game, a no less than a horned devil. This is a challenge rating 17, I believe. So you need to be 17th level to fight this thing. Flies, like, obscures the moon, flies down, grabs the sword, and flies away. Like, ah! Doesn't hit anyone.
Like a real bird person.
A horned devil is like a huge creature.
Yeah.
It's like 15 feet tall.
He just wanted that
And
sword.
it grabs a sword. We were like, why'd you let him have it?
He needed a toothpick.
It's like a +2 toothpick.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Okay. Closing thoughts.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
The 11th commandment.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. If so, you might die.
If you are an experienced gamer and you've never played Dudes of Legend, download the PDF. It's free online and play Dudes of Legend. It's a one shot. You will not be sorry.
On that note,
in the one shot, I run it twice, but the one that's memorable. Charlton Heston used a Desert Eagle that fired an actual American eagle that killed Mega Hitler. That's the kind of excitement you can expect when you play Dudes of Legend.
see,
That's a good way to
this
sell
sounds like a good game. What's it called? Dooms or Duke?
Dudes.
Dudes.
D-U-D-E-S.
Dudes of Legend.
Legend.
I like White Wolf did it or Onyx Path.
It's a White Wolf game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a White Wolf game. Now, I had a great group. I mean, I had an awesome group, but, like, it's still a lot. If you got a very creative group, it's the most fun you'll have in, like, 4 hours.
We've got a pretty creative group.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
On that note, our buddies Cameron and Tessa.
You guys about that. We should do that sometime.
Actually, you know Cameron and
Yeah.
Tessa. They came over and they brought a board game, which was called 5 Minute Dungeon,
Yeah.
and it's a straight up board game. It's really fun. So if you don't want to get like all into the RP aspect, it's like if you ever played Speed, like that old card game that like girls are amazing at. Speed.
I've never played it.
It's like Speed, but like cooperative. It's really cool.
And it's to get through a dungeon as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Like it's real fun.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
And if you've ever heard, if you want to take your gaming to the next level, if you've ever heard of this game called Dread Lore,
You know, I've heard of that before.
have you?
Yeah, I have.
There's that one.
Have.
That one's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Get
Legendary.
the words of power. Yeah, words of power.
Words
Use
of
the
power.
words of power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll set you straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
that was awesome.
I think the next time we do one of these, we should literally talk about some of those sessions.
Let's do it.
Like the most epic games, and like what were the plot lines, and what can you actually remember about the epic game. That'd be really
I think
cool.
That's awesome. I love talking about like old games I was in. I've been in some really good ones, and I know you guys have too. Love the rehash.
I'm getting the stories. I'm in the process of collecting them.
All right, Logan, thank you for joining, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man. This is fun.
What were you saying? I didn't want to cut you off.
No. I was gonna say that I'll run that Dude's Legend for you, and then you'll have
Yeah.
actually play with a really good SD.
Roll in here. It'd be about time. Be about time. You see what you. Anyway, thank you for coming,
awesome.
Logan, and thank you, Emyris, for being here. Thank you for everyone who showed up, and we will be back.
Jacob, Thora, you're awesome.
We'll be back next Sunday at 8:30. That is the plan. Check out the Instagram, which Emyris is running. Dreadlore System. It's on Instagram. If there's going to be any changes, but it should be 8:30. I know the following week, on the 28th, we will take a break.
Yeah.
But the 21st, we should still be here on the at 8:30 Eastern Standard. Oh, is that a Masquerade?
It's my VTR. Yeah, it's a Masquerade book, man.
Oh yeah,
I had it beside me because I had to reference it.
dude. If you got time, I'll run a Masquerade game.
Dude, I would love to play Masquerade game. Are you gonna run it?
Yeah.
You gonna run it?
Oh yeah. I've been planning a Masquerade game for about 12
I'm in.
years.
100%.
Actually, that's
I'm in,
totally
I'll
true.
find time.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
Fun time.
All right.
Let's do it.
Kapla.
Peace.
Later, man.